Hi, and I'm Sky, and I'm here to do the forecast for November 2020. So let's see what the cards want to show us this month. Well, I think it's going to be an interesting month. Yesterday, which was the 31st of October, was the full moon, which is interesting because that full moon was in Taurus. And so as we start going into November, we're going into November in Taurian energy. Mercury, that was in retrograde, remains in retrograde in Libra until the 3rd, which is the day of the election. It then goes direct and then stays in Libra until the 10th. So there's going to be a lot to do with communication, expressing yourself, fairness because of the balance of justice, diplomacy, and all those good things that go with communicating are going to be very, very important for the first part of November because of this influence. Taurus, the fact that we had the full moon on the 31st of October in Taurus, and we bring that Taurus energy into November. Taurus rules the throat chakra. So that is also communication and vibration because the throat chakra vibrates and gives off an energy that's connected to the spoken word. Also listening. We've got to remember that the throat chakra is communication, but also listening. So that's important. We need to listen to those around us, and we need to, watch what we're being said, because even though that Mercury goes direct on the 3rd, it's a lot of outspoken word. A lot of people are going to be very opinionated, and with it being in the US, the election, and it being an election year, and the election that's going on the 3rd, there's a lot of uncertainty that's going on. This has been a big year, and to finish it off in November with this election that is so up and down and so unclear right now, I think that it's interesting that the Libra balance and communication is so strong and will be very prominent in the first part of November. Because we had 2 full moons in October, we don't get another full moon until the last day of November, 30 days in November. So that's going to be the full moon, which is going to be in Gemini. So we have a whole month, which is going to be we're going to be able to get our thoughts together and be able to put everything together before the full moon comes into Gemini. So that's kind of interesting. It gives us time to take stock of what needs to stay and what needs to go. It gives us time to look at what we want to manifest. It gives us time to see what challenges have been brought to the table that we need to, tie up loose ends of and complete certain chapters, because we're coming in to the end of 2020. We're already in November. So I'm going to shuffle up these cards and see what wants to come out with the cards for this month. Okay, I'm feeling, there you go. There we go. So I'm going to turn these straight upside down. Okay, and turn these cards. So, like I said, with Mercury being in Libra, that is also justice. And justice is equality and integrity. So we need to look at that as being part of what is said this month. Now, the 2 cards that fell out is the card of hope along with the card of mourning. This is going to be a very kind of topsy-turvy time. Because of all the uncertainty, see, this is the card where she has 1 foot in the water and 1 knee on the earth, and the star of hope is in the sky there. So this is number 17, and 1 and 7 is 8, and there's 8 stars. This is a number of completion. She pours away what's no longer needed, but this is the light at the end of the tunnel. This is the card that comes out after the towers come down. Well, I think, after there's been such a hype up to the election this year, that I think that a lot of people are kind of looking forward to it being over with, and so for us to get some results. But this is the card of sadness. Now what's interesting about this card is he's concentrating on what's been spilt here, and in the back of this card you'll see that there is actually, you can't really see, but there's a bridge going over to a better place, a castle in the background, and these two cups to the side here, if he looks to the side he'll see that these cups are still upright. It's saying don't concentrate on what's spilt. It says there is an option to get out of the situation you're in. So I like this kind of together, because what this is saying is that no matter what is brought to the table, that the star is going to come out and we've got another option of hope, and we're going to lead ourselves forward into different things. These are both very promising cards. These have come up a lot lately. You know, this is a card of nostalgia, looking back at the past, looking at happiness. And this is the card of basically the craftsman. This is work card. He is basically putting his energy into making all those coins there, but he's still working on these two final coins. So this is tying up projects, tying up loose ends. And this is looking back and feeling safe and secure within our environment. So this is, what do we have to do to bring safety back? What do we have to do so that we can complete projects for us to move forward? Holding on to finances. These are both holding on to finances cards, because whenever there's a big shift, especially as there has been in the planets this year, you know, the planets are shifting all the time, but October had a lot of turbulence in it with planets. So what this is saying is that hold on to this, because whenever there's an uncertainty, there's an election or anything else like that that's going on, there's always an uncertainty about the economy. And so this is both, he's holding on to those golden coins, and he's holding on to that golden coin, and he's got the feet on the ground here with the horse. This is a card of replenishing. This is also taking note and stock and stopping a minute to look at what we have. This is also holding on. Don't make any rash decisions with investments. Don't make any rash decisions with finances right now. It's saying hold on for a while until we get the bigger picture. And it's saying very quickly, we will have answers. You know, this is the card of quickness here. And this here is another knight. Knights are changed, but this is an emotional knight. He's the knight of water, and he comes in. He's very sensitive. So it's a lot of sensitive feelings, but very quickly we should have answers. What's interesting is, anybody that follows my videos will notice that the week of this week's weekly video ended on this card. This is the card of the hangman. This is saying everything is hung. This could be a hung election. It could be that there isn't an immediate decision. But it's also the cul-de-sac. And basically what it is that we go into the cul-de-sac and we have to come out the same way. It's where we've come to, where all our avenues have expired. And so we need to look at what we need to drop off, what we need to let go of, what we need to sacrifice in order to come out with wisdom and letting go, so that we can start a new, creation. So I really feel that this has been such an epic year. And in a sense, I think it's probably one of the biggest forms of transformation this year that will go down in history. None of us will forget 2020. But what I think is interesting is the cards are showing me that it's coming to an ending for new beginnings to start. So I don't feel that things will be the same. I think things are changing, we're transforming, and we're going through. Everybody's going through their own experience, but financially and moving forward and letting things go and moving through those transitions, even though the bigger picture on the outside has not been revealed to us yet. But I do feel that we will get some answers in November. So this is the card of inner balance, but this is the swords, which is the element of air. So she sits there, and this is balancing the mind, and it's saying coming to some balance within your decision making. And so because this is a victorious card and says that you'll be moving forward into victory, this is like coming back from a quest, and all the people on the side there are all cheering. So it's saying give yourself a pat on the back. Whatever you've been through this year, it's saying it's really time for us to bring everything into balance. You know, we are in Scorpio season right now, and Scorpio season is the time of transformation. And then halfway through the month, we will change into Sagittarius. And basically what that's going to do is that's going to bring a different energy. But while we're in this beginning part of the year, beginning part of the month in Scorpio, it's a deep transformation time. So this is going through, giving ourselves a pat on the back. And, you know, this is kind of interesting because that card flew out along with the Death card. That's powerful. That is the ending of. That is there's no kind of fairy tale whatever around this. This is the ending of. This is the Ten of Swords, tens being the ending, betrayal or stabbing in the back along with this Death card. That's powerful. So whatever it is that's coming to an end is coming to an end, but it's going to be epic. But it is definitely a finale. I mean, it's definitely, there's no going on from it. This is saying to me, this is saying there is a definite ending so that we can have a new beginning. So it's not necessarily showing me what this is. I don't know if it's connected to politics. I'm not quite sure if it's a world change, but it's big and it's epic and it's going to affect us all in our own ways. But that means that from then we can move forward. And what is interesting is that this is about blind faith. As you can see, the ferryman here, he is invisible. And this protection here is leading people to a greener land. So, you know, I try to keep these readings, and it's a celebration card. So it's saying whatever is coming after this big ending and this final is a time to celebrate. It's a time of freedom. So we like that. And it's saying, look at he's the king of creation. He's the king of fire. So it's basically saying, what is it that we're creating along with total new ideas and inspiration, new beginnings all the way around. There's the courage and the strength card. And what this is saying is this is the calming. This is courage in its peaceful sense. So this is like she calms down the lion. You know, this is, and the lion is always fire. It's like Leo, but she calms the lion down. And so this is a very calming, it's a courageous card, but it's a very calming card because it shows that pure strength doesn't have to come with fierceness. It's saying the lion is who he is. You know, a lion's a lion. But what it's saying is that he's the king because he's takes everything in his stride. So this is a calming of energy, which I think is saying that it's going to be positive. So let's take a look at this, okay? Don't get overwhelmed. You know, whatever's happening on the outside, you know, the biggest thing that we can do on the 3rd, if we haven't already, is vote. That's how we are going to put a positive twist on the election. Anything more than that, it's saying don't take on energy that you don't need to take on. New beginnings in security, prosperity, and it said families and home. So looking after those at home, knowing that this will be a time of new beginnings and prosperity. We like that. And I'm going to finish it on this card for right now, because this is the card of temperance, which is the card of balance. And he is to temper, is to harmonize and blend. He has one foot in the water and he has one on the earth. And this is, because if you lost one's temperance, you would lose one's temper. Again, it's about perfect balance. It's about alchemy. It's about peace. And it's about, you know, basically harmony and centering and being in temperance, taking care of our home and our security and safety. So this is a lot about security and safety this month. It's about making sure that our families and the people that we care about are safe. It's telling me there's going to be a huge change. Like I said, you can't get much more of a change than that. This is the death of an era or the death of a situation. And it's basically this betrayal here tells me that something is going to come out with all the energy that's connected to the throat chakra, the balances of justice of Libra. It tells me something's going to come out that's going to end the way things are in one way or another. And it says, depending on how we take that depends on how we go through to react. So it's telling me to be in balance. Okay, I'm going to pull some more cards because I was just like, I can't leave it on that. There is the Justice card and the Creation card of the Empress. So this is an affirmation to me that this is justice. Like I said, justice is equality and integrity. And it says this is the sword of truth. The truth will be told, enabling a new creation. And this is the Mother Earth. She is the womb, she is the birth, she is the creation, she is the mother of all. And so basically what that's saying is, with justice comes a new creation. So on that note, this is the reading and the forecast for November 2020. It's quite epic. It's a big month. The truth will be told. There will be change, endings and beginnings, and there'll be the end of a situation and a whole new creation. So it's saying keep in balance, look at what you want to manifest, look at where you're going. It's time to drop off everything in that cul-de-sac so that you can go forward with new energy, new enterprise into new things for 2021. Okay, thank you. I'll see you again next month. Namaste.